Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? This is Shok. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, but to be honest, y'all, I just haven't been feeling it. I've been mad lazy, but here's one right here. As we all know, Nintendo had an investor meeting on the 30th, not the 31st, right? Yeah, the 30th, where basically Iwata lined out Nintendo's future plans and what they, plan on doing for the Wii U to try to reinvigorate it, and things of that nature. And there was a lot of good things in there, but nothing that I would say was like just crazy amazing. Like, oh, that's such an amazing announcement, anything like that. Like, oh, revolutionary, this is going to turn things around. And there was a few things in there that I also didn't like at the same time, and I'm going to be running down those things. Um, Now, first off, Mario Kart 8 is going to come out in May. Uh, Really, honestly, I think that is way too freaking late. And the thing is, like, I'm sure that Mario Kart 8 is like almost freaking finished, right? But I'm saying I'm sure Mario Kart 8 could come out a lot sooner than it actually is. But you know how Nintendo is. They like to polish and polish and polish and polish and polish and delay, delay, delay. When I'm sure the game is perfectly fine right now and it could be released much earlier than freaking May. I mean, at least April. But that was a huge disappointment because I was expecting it to come out like at the end of March or beginning of April. But it's going to be watch it be the end of May. It's not going to be the beginning. It will be the end. But basically this is going to leave a drought for March and April. We're going to have DK this much, which is going to be great. But DK is not one of those games that's going to last you 2 months. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to be a 2 month drought, which sucks. They should have really did the best they could to push Mario Kart 8 out a lot earlier than that. DS Virtual Console is coming to Wii U. That's a cool announcement, but I mean, we still don't even have GBA on Wii U yet. You see what I mean? Like, can you give us what you said you would give us first? You see what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm saying this is because, the DS is a system that's not, that old. It wasn't so long ago where we were playing 3D DS games, you know what I'm saying? But it has been a long time since we played GBA games. I'm sure a lot of you guys still have all your DS games and whatnot. See what I'm saying? So give us the GBA first, because a lot of us, we either don't have our GBAs, they got broken, they lost, whatever. And like I said, Nintendo announced that they would bring GBA games to the virtual console a long ass time ago. And it still really hasn't happened. And another thing about this is that also in the investor meeting, Iwata stated that they finally overcame a hurdle that they've been having with the virtual console. Something about the development, translating these games over, to the Wii U and whatnot. And they said that now they've overcome those hurdles. So if that is true, Iwata, can you please start getting these virtual console games out? Because the virtual console has been so dry. Like, we'll get one virtual console game every 2 months. And of course, that's an exaggeration. But anybody who has a Wii U can tell you that Nintendo is very slow with the virtual console games. But now he's claiming that they have the major hurdles out of the way. So now that you've said that, Iwata, you have created an expectation, for Nintendo to start really, spin these games out. It really cannot be that hard, especially if it's your own, freaking games. So yeah. And I forgot who I was watching somebody's video, but somebody was mentioning how Nintendo has a back catalog that no other company has, right? They have all these systems that date way back into the day. They need to capitalize on that. Nintendo needs to make the Wii U the go-to retro gaming device. You see what I'm saying? For you to play on your TV and to play in the palm of your hand. They should capitalize on that. They're not going to get the third-party multiplayer support, so that'll be one thing that they can do that'll be really effective in getting, some new users into the install base. Nintendo is releasing an update this summer that's gonna incorporate a Wii U speed boost when it boots up. So basically, when you boot it up, you can go straight to the game. Things of that nature. Now, don't get me wrong, people. I know I sound overly negative in this video, but I'm just my opinions. It's not necessary, right? The Wii U speed is fine now. Now that after those two updates we got in 2013, it's fine. Nobody was asking for that, Nintendo. What we need, notice, not want, what we need is on-screen notifications. We need to be able to message our friends from the friends list. I shouldn't have to boot up a whole separate app and then go to different tabs just to message a friend. And we need to have the join game option, and we need to have some form of freaking party chat. Can you get started on those things? And I think that instead of this just Wii U speed boot up, right? I think if enough Nintendo fans had came out and, you know, done what I'd asked them to do, you know, express their concerns, talk about what they want from the Wii U system features, things that need to be changed, make it more streamlined, accessible, and, you know, and fast in the sense that you don't have to boot up different things to access something. Maybe Nintendo would have incorporated that, but we have a lot of people who are unfortunately okay with the current state of the Wii U, right? We got Nintendo fans out the ass constantly complaining about Pokebank, right? Pokebank. I went to Nintendo's Twitter, Nintendo of America's Twitter. So much rage over Pokebank. Went to their Facebook. So much rage over Pokebank. And I'm sitting there flabbergasted. I'm like, why can't they do this for things that actually matter? You know what I'm saying? Why can't Nintendo fans come together and do this for system improvements? But no, they want to do it. They want to come together as a movement and flood their Twitter and other social sites when it comes to Pokebank. But they can't do it for things such as cross-game chat or folders. Things of that nature. They can't do that. You see what I'm saying? Absolutely ridiculous, but I'll say that for another video. Moving on. Nintendo is planning on enriching the value of the Wii U gamepad. Now, this is one of the things, if you guys remember back to my a message to Nintendo from a fan or whatever, I forgot the title of that video was. You guys know what I'm talking about. One of the things I mentioned in that video was that Nintendo is not using the gamepad themselves, and I'm glad Iwata has recognized this problem, and I'm glad that he said he's going to fix it, because he said that they're going to pretty much make the gamepad more prevalent, basically, and they're going to be showing a lot of NFC games, you know, this year at E3. That's great, because that's one feature they always talked about before the system came out. Then the system came out, it's been over a year, still no NFC. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, like they make this, you know, controller, and they talk about, you know, wow. They talk about, you know, asymmetrical gameplay and whatnot, you know, with the gamepad, but then the system comes out and the only games to do that is Zombie U and Nintendo Land. You know what I'm saying? And then outside of that, it's over. You see what I mean? But I'm glad that he's recognized this problem. The gamepad is the selling point of the system, so it is time to get on that. Plain and simple. Nintendo, Iwata talked about the mobile plans, whatever. No, contrary to popular belief, they are not making mobile games, people. They're not doing that. They're pretty much going to create, you know, an app or apps that pretty much advertise what's going on with their systems. But as of right now, he said that he's not necessarily excluding the possibility, but as of right now, there will be no, you know, kind of Nintendo games, you know, on smartphones or anything of that nature. It's not that dire. The Wii U is struggling, people, but Nintendo has money in the bank. I've said it time and time again. I'll say it again. The Wii U could stop production right now, flop, fail, and Nintendo will be just fine. They have billions and billions and billions of dollars in the bank. They have blanketed money that profits. They have 30-year profits. You see what I'm saying? 30 years of profit. They just came off the Wii. They just came off the DS. They came off the GBA. Even the GameCube was profitable. They'll be fine. So they don't have to do something as drastic as putting their games on smartphones. You see what I'm saying? There's going to be a price point system coming to the Wii U and 3DS. Now, he was kind of vague with it, but basically, loyal consumers are going to get discounted games. Something like the more you play the games, we'll discount them, or, you know, things of that nature. It was kind of hard the way he worded it and whatnot. Maybe I didn't get a full quote or whatever, but that's pretty much what it comes down to. Basically, if you're a loyal Nintendo consumer or whatnot, you're going to be rewarded for it. He talked about how Nintendo's pretty much sticking with the Nintendo Network for future platforms. That was kind of a no-brainer, but it's just kind of nice to hear a confirmation of that. The Kart on Smash 4, that was not investor meeting news. GBA Virtual Console coming to the 3DS. Pretty much self-explanatory. This right here is probably my second favorite announcement from that investor meeting. Nintendo said that they're going to basically license their characters and IPs to third-party partners. And IPs. They also talked about IPs. I don't know why a lot of people were like, oh, you know, they're just talking about characters and, oh, there's going to be movies. Because that could be what it means. You know, they could be doing, you know, movies and stuff like that, which wouldn't be a necessary thing for me. You know, that's not something I think Nintendo would, you know, have to, like, just do. But it'll be nice publicity or whatnot. But the thing I took out of this, the most important thing that they said, was about how they're going to let other studios work on their franchises once again, just like the GameCube days. Thank you. Thank you. If you guys remember back to that very first Star Fox and F-Zero video I did where it's titled Nintendo, We Want Star Fox and F-Zero, whatever. And I was reading a quote from Miyamoto where he was like, I don't know what to do with Star Fox and F-Zero, but at the same time, I don't even want to give them away to a third party. You know, he said that we want these games to be developed by us, you know, in-house, whatever. But now Iwata has pretty much said, fuck that. We are going to allow third parties to actually use our franchises. And this is great news because this is going to increase the chances of a new Star Fox, of a new F-Zero, a new Metroid, Star Tropics, Earthbound, you know, Wave Race, whatever you like, whatever you're into with Nintendo, whatever. Now this is going to increase the chances of those franchises coming back. This is great freaking news. And like I said, this is probably the second greatest announcement in the whole investors meeting. This is great freaking news. So that's great. That's what I've been telling them they need to do. Go ahead and give Star Fox to freaking Kamiya if he doesn't have it already. Hint, hint. Go ahead and give F-Zero to some kind of studio who has prowess in, you know, the racing genre. You know, bring these franchises back because as I said earlier, you're not going to get the third-party multiplats, Nintendo. So what's the best thing you could do? The best thing you could do is focus on making the Wii U the best Nintendo system it could be. You see what I'm saying? Make it be the best system with Nintendo offering since the Super Nintendo. You see what I mean? Put every goddamn franchise you can. Because the thing is, it's not just non-Nintendo fans that don't like the Wii U and don't own one. Millions upon millions of actual avid Nintendo fans do not own Wii U's and do not want one. You see what I'm saying? So as of right now, Nintendo doesn't even have their own fan base on board. A lot of them are still out there, still waiting to buy a Wii U. They're still waiting for Metroid or to see an F-Zero, Star Fox. They're still waiting for Zelda U, things of that nature. So the best thing you could do, since you're not getting those multiplats, hey, make the best and most goddamn exclusives you can possibly make. Plain and simple. And going up here, this is the last thing that we have up here on Pretendo. And by the way, if you want to see the full quotes, you know, and things of that nature, of course, you come here to Pretendo.co. This is what I've been, of course, reading all the news off of in the first place. Nintendo is considering studio mergers and acquisitions. Another thing I said that they need to do. Hey, if you can't get the third-party multiplats, outright buy these third parties and make those third parties make exclusives for you. I mean, that's the best alternative until you can get the third party support back. You know, focus on your next system to try to get the multiplats. But as of right now with the Wii U, I think the Wii U is beyond the point where it could get the third party multiplats. So the best thing Nintendo could do is buy the third party support and not multiplats, but exclusives. All these gamers, right, they love these third-party companies. You know, they love Platinum, they love Capcom, they love Sega, and a lot of these multiplats of those companies aren't coming to Wii U. So hey, buy them, right? Buy the studio and have the studio make exclusive games for your system. A couple studios I would like Nintendo to buy is, of course, you know, Platinum. I remember Kamiya said that he's actually open to that idea before. He said, he wouldn't mind being a second party for Nintendo or whatever. And they have a really great relationship. Of course, Nintendo saved Bayonetta for him, and of course, they made Wonderful 101 for Nintendo. Nintendo funded and published that for him, so they have a great relationship. I would like to see them buy Sega. That's another company they have a great relationship with. And a lot of people are saying Nintendo should buy Capcom. And I'd be down for that. At this point, I'd be down for anybody to buy Capcom, because Capcom does not know what they're doing right now. You see what I'm saying? They need some guidance. They need to stop being bitch made, right? They need to stop with these stupid ass decisions that are alienating their fans and gamers. So they need somebody to buy them for some guidance. But the meltdowns that would happen if Nintendo bought Capcom and got their hands on a lot of Capcom IPs, that would be horrific. There would be mass suicides all over the place. But yeah, thank you, Iwata. That's some common sense right there. You need to buy some new studios, and more importantly, buy Western studios. Buy Western studios. Because I've said this time and time again, what you guys are about to hear isn't anything new. But like I said, this whole time Iwata hasn't understood the West. Nintendo hasn't tried to appeal to the West. That is why their systems have been doing better in Japan than the rest of the world. Because they don't really try to appeal to the West. Name me an exclusive shooter on Wii U. Exactly. Name me an exclusive shooter on the 3DS that's out right now. You can't. And of course the 3DS isn't struggling, but that just goes to show how much Nintendo is, just completely out of the loop when it comes to the West. And yes, I don't like the generic, first-person shooters, whatever, military, we gotta stop the nuclear terrorist stuff like that. But it doesn't have to be like that, people. See what I'm saying? I love shooters, I just don't like generic shooters. You know what I mean? But Nintendo needs to, plain and simple, I don't care what your view, your opinions, your thought is, it is what it is, the facts are the facts. The West like shooters, sports, and racers. Those are three genres that Nintendo is pretty weak in, or they don't have it all. Like, outright don't have it all. And they need to get those kinds of genres. Get the shooters, get the sports games, get racers. Those genres appeal to the West. Buy more Western studios. You have NST, which doesn't do anything. The only thing they did was freaking Metroid Prime Hunters, which was awesome. But that's pretty much the only notable thing they've done. And of course, Retro Studios, which you got working on Donkey Kong, which was a complete waste. And I know you didn't tell them to work on Donkey Kong, but being pretty much the only big Western studio that Nintendo has, Nintendo should have made them work on something that would appeal more to the Western gamer, to actually get the system moving in the West. See what I'm saying? I would say Nintendo should buy 4 to 5 Western studios. Yes, 4 to 5. They need to get on the West. So that's pretty much all the big juicy things about Nintendo's investor meeting. One thing that is not here up on Pretendo is the whole quality of life thing that they're doing. Now, pretty much what the quality of life is this non-wearable tech. You don't wear it, which pretty much is going to like monitor and keep you healthy, stuff of that nature. It's pretty much going to be some next generation Wii Fit, level stuff. Now look, Nintendo, all that is dandy and all, but the reason why I didn't like it when he announced that is because you're struggling right now with the Wii U, right? How about you focus on appealing to the hardcore gamer first? You see what I'm saying? How about you focus on getting your system together before you try to dabble into all this extra stuff? You see what I mean? Like, I really don't know why they're trying to do this. Like, you have Wii Fit U, you have, Wii Sports Club, things of that nature. You already have plenty of titles that appeal to the casuals. You see what I'm saying? You don't need to do this quality of life stuff. You don't need to do it. And I don't think you should be doing it. I think it's going to be a waste of money, a waste of resources. Like I said, right now, Nintendo needs to focus on the hardcore gamer. They need to focus on the hardcore gamer. They need to focus on the hardcore gamer. I can't reiterate that enough. Because that's not who's buying the system right now. They're not. Now, sure, maybe they will later on this year, when Smash comes out and X and Bayonetta, but they're not just going to come in and just troves of them, like 10 million sold, when Smash hits. That's not going to happen. So this quality of life stuff, I would love for them to drop it, but he seems pretty adamant on it. But like I said, I just feel that they should get their stuff together with their system first, before they try to do all this extra bull crap. You see what I'm saying? But that's pretty much all of my thoughts, y'all. Let me know what you guys think about Nintendo's investor meeting and the plans they revealed and things of that nature. But that's for this video. I'll see you guys later. Peace.